The final date was fixed as May 30th, 2014. Accordingly, on the morning of May 30th, Moina and Sultana came over to Hajira Banu's place and asked Banu to give them an LPG cylinder. Banu refused their pleas and told them to go back.
The reason for the murder of Mrs. Hajira Banu was that there was an antagonistic relationship was developed in between the family members, especially with the sister-in-laws, the elder sister-in-law, that is the elder sister of her husband, and the younger, the sister-in-law, happens to be her husband's youngest sister. So the quarrelsome nature this deceased person had, and she was not at all that the cooperating, according to the version of that the accused person, which led to the murder of that lady Hajira Banu.
But the duo began a quarrel discussing the same. Banu then warned Moina of dire consequences, that she would complain her husband Hayat about the same.
So there was no the good treatment to them. There was no the maintenance of a good relationship with them. And enraged by the act of this deceased person, many a times they left the house and started residing somewhere in their relative's house. But when the situation went beyond turning point for consolation, both the sister, Moin Kausar, the elder, the sister-in-law of deceased person, and Nagara Sultana, she is an unmarried person, the younger sister-in-law of the deceased person. So both these sisters, elder sister and younger sister, they made a conspiracy to finish this lady called Hajira Banu, who was nothing but their own, the sister-in-law.
After quarreling for hours, Moina and Sultana felt that it was all because of Banu that they had to face the problems in their life. Hence, they decided to put an end to all this. Moina turned on the TV and increased the volume so that the neighbors did not get suspicious about their plan. She then told Sultana to get a knife from the kitchen. Accordingly, Sultana bought a kitchen knife and attacked Banu.
And accordingly, they came on 30th May morning in between 9 to 9:30, when their brother was not there in the house, as I said. So they gained an entry and started quarreling with the deceased person. And during the melee and the scuffle, this Moin Kausar, she took a knife which was found at the kitchen room and slit the throat of Mrs. Hajira Banu, who was her brother's wife. And Nagara Sultana, she had also joined in killing Hajira Banu, and before leaving the room after killing Mrs. Hajira Banu, they raised the sound volume of the TV, and they put the heavy the volume in a fan, so that nobody should be aware of it, what actually had happened.
She slit Banu's throat and brutally attacked her. Banu was shocked. She could not imagine that her own family members turned killers. She immediately screamed for help, but in vain. As the noise from the television was far louder than Banu's voice, nobody heard Banu scream. After a while, Banu succumbed and was lying in a pool of blood. Moina then took the knife from Sultana and attacked Banu again, though she was already dead. The duo then fled from the spot and posed as if they knew nothing about the murder.
After their exit, the neighbors were also the sharing the rooms adjacent to their house. So they realized that the sound volume was rather high. What might be the reason? And they were also knowing that the deceased persons were never using that and raising the volumes of that and the television. So the moment when they came inside, barging the door, so and opened that and the door by force, they found this Hajara Banu in a pool of blood, since her throat was slit by this Moina Kausur and Nagar Sultana. They informed this murder to the police, and police rushed to the spot. Myself and our the inspectors and staff and even superior officers.
But the Mykolaid police were way smarter than Moina and Sultana. They suspected the duo's involvement in the case based on mobile phone records.
They had also that arrested and verified the circumstantial evidence. We ascertained the contacts of the deceased person, the visitors to their house, the relationship with their relatives and others. Then subsequently, slowly but subsequently and steadily, we got that's a good clue that both Moina Kausar and Nagar Kausar, since they were not having the good relationship with that deceased person, and deceased persons was rather not treating them and their mother properly, to take that the revenge, they had come and killed her. They confessed their crime, and we had arrested them, and further course of that investigation is also on.
While they were subjected to intense interrogation, the duo spilled the beans and also confessed to have killed Hajira Banu in a fit of rage. They are now behind bars and have been remanded into judicial custody for committing the heinous crime. Uma Shankar Karya for News 9, Bengaluru.